JC here. Hi guys and gals. Well, hope you're well. And it is Monday. And well, as you probably doubt, on Monday I often do a few tags. Well, today will be no exception, and there are two tags. Yes, because there'll be the Jasmine tag. Hi there, Jasmine. Hope you're doing well. And Dave Nicholson's, which will be coming up later. I'll be starting with Jasmine's, and if I understood correctly, this is the last one for a few weeks. So, well, I mean, for the carnival period, I suppose. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to see all those carnival pics and videos or whatever. So enjoy, because I know how much you really like carnival. But I guess we could say that this is going to be kind of a Halloween tag. So, well, we'll see what I can do with it. So, question 1. Do you enjoy Halloween? Not anymore, because I live in Switzerland and Halloween is nothing here really. I mean, they try to patch it on somehow to, I was going to say they try to make it into something, but it's never been anything here, and it never will be, as far as I'm concerned. Let's see if I can sit down. We've had really stormy weather, and there's a lot of wind right now. Yeah, so seriously, I don't think there'll be anything. Okay, sorry about that. I don't think there'll be anything to come from Halloween ever over here. It's really it's a non-goal. But when I was a kid, Halloween was very, very different to what it is today, even over in North America or what. It was not all the gore and the group, I don't know. It was fun because it was made. I was gonna say it was made for kids. It wasn't. What people now associate it with as being a scary, occult holiday. It was basically getting ready for. I was almost going to say getting ready for Christmas, but we were at least in the village where we were, and it was fun then. Now, the other thing is that we still decorate a little bit. What I mean decorate, a few pumpkins and stuff like that in the house, but it's just so that the kids kind of get a feel of what we knew, but not what Halloween would be today. I don't think most people would not even want to send their kids out in North America very much on Halloween like we used to do. Okay, question 2. Have you ever thought you were being followed by something or someone? Yeah, a few times. Walking in inner cities, and basically knowing that something was behind me or someone, and usually when possible, I was going to say in every case I was able to either get into a hotel or into a lobby or something. So yeah, the only time I was followed in a dangerous way was in a subway in Montreal, and it was a guy who he was really out on drugs, and he came. He really wanted to be violent, and we did manage to get out of the metro just as the door closed on him. Yeah, once really. And as far as the something, I've never walked, for example, in the woods or something and been followed. That's the thing to say. Okay, that's question 2. Question 3. Could you tell a scary story around a campfire? Well, I don't see why not. I'd have to know a few, but I guess I could make some up. Yeah, why not? I mean, I don't really like scary stories because, especially if you're a bunch of adults, I suppose. But if it's with kids, I don't tell scary stories with the kids. We usually have adventure stories when Grandpa does his so-called camping with them, or when I was on trips with them. I'll do adventure stories where they're in them, but it's not scary stories. Let me see. That was question 3. Question 4. We're going quickly through all of these, I guess. Oh my goodness. Would you bob for apples out of a toilet to win money? No. Look, first thing, you'd have to see where this would be taking place. Now, Jasmine, since it's a Jasmine tag, Jasmine, you might recall, because you did go to America once, if you take a toilet in America, there's a lot more water than there is here. So you could actually bob. Now, if you take a toilet in Switzerland, there's not enough, you can't get your head into it. What I mean by that is where the water is. So you couldn't actually bob for apples. Well, actually, if there were apples in a Swiss toilet, you wouldn't have to bob, you just have to bite into the apple. Now, having said that, no, I wouldn't. Unless it was a completely new toilet, an American-style toilet that had never been used, and the water that was in there, then you would actually have something where you could really bob. Sorry, I just got a message. I'm going to send it. Okay. Yeah. So, in a used toilet, no. And like I say, you can't bob for apples or anything in a Swiss toilet. Okay, that's question 4. You know what? Before I go on to 4, I can't remember. I lived in the UK, and I've been to the UK many, many times. And I don't recall the toilets there either being the type that you could bob for apples in. Anyway, that's question 4. Question 5. Have Halloween traditions faded over the years? Why or why not? Well, the answer to that is, I guess I would say yes, at least for people like myself. There are no Halloween well, Mrs. DC does a little bit of decoration, but we don't put up a pumpkin. We do not give out Halloween candy. Why? First off, nobody comes. Nobody goes around for candy here. And I don't do Halloween for the gore. You know, when we were kids, I've told that in the last tag, I think it was last week, where basically when I was a kid, Halloween was really something you get dressed up and you went in, you get dressed up like a cowboy or an Indian or all these, politically incorrect things of today. And we'd go and get candy in a few selected houses and give candy. And that would be it. That would be it. There would be, well, the English-speaking high school in the village where we work, it's a bilingual village, did have kind of a Halloween party where they would give candy and stuff. And yes, you would bob for apples, by the way, but it wasn't in the toilet. And but the traditions, it's become very much I was almost going to say, I get the impression it's become a mean type of holiday or a scary type. It's definitely not the Halloween that we knew as kids. And over here, anything that's Halloween is monsters, occult. It has nothing to do, well, actually it probably has more to do with the original Halloween than we think, but it has nothing to do with the Halloween that I knew. Okay, is that it? It is. Okay, so I'll be DC signing off. Take care, everybody. Thank you, Jasmine, and enjoy your carnival. Take care.